Dun 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 it. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 it. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 it. Dun 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 dun. Alrighty, welcome. Hello, everybody. How are you today? Welcome to my chapter 76 live stream. I am happy to be back with all of you again. Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. No one rose another man's rhubarb. Yes, welcome to the chat. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, condensed Saiyan. I hope y'all are having a good one. Let's go, let's go. We're talking about the manga chapter. Some of y'all were really harsh on me this week, telling me I didn't get it. Oh, I got it all right. I got it. Doesn't mean I had to like it, though. We're going to talk all about that manga chapter today. Yes, the Undisputed Era theme. Yes, you picked up on it, bro. You picked up on it. I hope that someday I can go to an arena and I can say, Geekdom 101, and everyone in the crowd goes, baby! That'd be awesome, yo. What's going on? What's going on? We're talking about Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 76 and maybe a little bit more. Probably a bit more than that. Because I want to talk about the man of the hour, the man with the power. Well, maybe not that much power. We're talking about Bardock. Bardock was mentioned at the end of the chapter. The infamous rebel who rebelled against Frieza. Even if you don't count Minus, doesn't matter what version you're watching, he rebelled against Frieza. So, Bardock saved Monaito and Granola's mom, Granola's family, Granolah himself. Goku's father, well, not Goku may have actually been the guy, like Goku's ancestor, I guess you can say, Bardock, is mentioned and is the savior. So, what do y'all think about that? I think we're going to get a flashback at the beginning of chapter 77. I think we will. And it's going to go deeper into all of this. And we'll see exactly what Bardock did. I think we're going to see that. Yeah, let me talk about my thoughts on this chapter, yo. Look, I got what was going on. Maybe I didn't illustrate it that well. But I got it. Like, I understood what was happening. Vegeta was basically reverting back to his old ways in order to tap into Ultra Ego. But, okay, sure, that's what happened. I didn't like it. And that's just my opinion. You can like it if you want to. I've seen a lot of split opinions on this. I didn't like this manga chapter. I'm hoping the next one is better. I'm hoping we get more backstory on Bardock and what his involvement is with this whole Granolah thing. Yeah, I think Must Anger 405 is right. Bardock will be the reason Granolah joins them. But because the real enemy has not been revealed yet, the real enemy, of course, is, I think, the Heater Gang. That's the real enemy. We saw this fight in the middle of the series, so there's no, like we're probably not going to see Goku fight, we're probably not going to see Granolah fight Goku again. We might, but I don't know, maybe as a test. I feel like, that's what's going on. Yes, I agree with you, Nagano. I think that it is Majin Vegeta all over again. That's why I didn't like it, because we've already seen Vegeta do this. You know what I mean? I just think they need to go in a different direction with Vegeta. Some people like this chapter. I did not. I thought that the paneling itself was bad. I thought that the art was mediocre. It just wasn't the best chapter. I enjoyed the last chapter a hell of a lot more. The last two chapters of this manga have been pretty good. And I'm talking about like 75 and 74. But 76 just didn't do it for me, y'all. It just didn't do it, you know. And like I said, some people like it. Some people thought it was fire. I just thought it was just either played out shit or stuff we've seen before that is just got a new coat of paint on it. I prefer to do something totally new. Super chats are open, by the way, if you have questions. I'm putting my headphones in. We're going to take some calls here from the Discord. So we're going to take some calls from the Discord and momentarily. I just want to say that right here on the screen, this is my favorite part of the chapter. Granola's, the whole thing with Granolah and how he, like his whole backstory with his mom and all that, like that was really good stuff. I really appreciated that. I liked that a lot, and it was cool. So let me go ahead and we're gonna bring in some people from the Discord. We got a full house. Let me bring some people in here. Let me start with JD because JD wants to talk. We're gonna bring JD into the call. JD, you are live with Geekdom 101.
Yo, thanks for having me, man. For your first
Yeah,
time in here, actually.
it is your first time here, yes. But not your first time right here. You can't see me on camera, so you don't know what I was pointing at. But anyways, so tell us your thoughts on Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 76. I know you're going to try to educate the people on some yin and yang philosophy shit. I can already smell it coming off the side of the road. But go ahead, bro. The floor is yours.
I This chapter, in my opinion, is a perfect example of why I think a lot of people should hold their judgment until the full chapter, the full product is released. A lot of people had a bad impression from the draft pages, which made it seem like Vegeta absolutely did nothing this chapter when he did a lot of cool things.
That's true.
And it also, the manga summary that were released, it kind of made the chapter seem uh, a little polarizing because to me, when I first read this chapter, I was a little bit, bummed out because it seems like we are actually reaching the conclusion of this fight, which I wanted to see more, especially from Granola.
Right.
There's still a lot of lore
You
questions that
wanted to
we.
see him do Ultra Instinct is what you wanted.
I mean,
So you
want
can
them.
win the bet that you have with everybody.
I wanted to see the wish actually be revealed to Goku and Vegeta because right now Goku and Vegeta do not know how Granola got this
That's
power.
true. They don't know. You're
Vegeta,
right.
and I think that's going to have a important like push, especially for Vegeta's character. Because remember, Vegeta when he found out like Goku Black was a character who stole his body, like when he found out Zamasu stole Goku's body, he was like, "Oh, you're a loser. You don't even. This isn't even your power. You had to take someone else's power." So once Vegeta finds out that this guy who beat him actually had to do it using a wish, right? That's gonna piss off Vegeta,
He's a
and we might
cheater
see.
because he's a cheater.
Yeah,
Granola's a cheater, bro.
it is. He's Moro 2.0. I've made that claim, and I've still stuck to it. But I
Hmm.
enjoyed the chapter. I waited and waited to see what other people would say about it because there are some legitimate criticisms. Um, my issue is that like when Goku got involved in this chapter, it wasn't clear if he was using Super Saiyan Blue Perfected or if it was just Super Saiyan Blue plus UI. Because we know when he's using the Super Saiyan Blue plus UI,
Right.
Toyotaro would have him close his eyes, or he'll just actually tell the character he's fighting, like, yeah, I'm using Super Saiyan
Right.
Blue plus Ultra Instinct. He didn't do that. So if you're like a power scaler like Emish and other people, you're like, whoa, Super Saiyan Blue Perfected against Granola, double eye Granola, who just destroyed Ultra Ego Vegeta, who was seemingly performing better than Ego Go or Ultra Instinct Goku.
Seemed like it,
So there's a
yeah.
lot. Yeah, it seemed like he was holding his own. I mean, he was tanking some hits from Granola and Super Saiyan Blue. At least that's to our assumption. I think Cypher on Twitter clarified that it's not that Goku's hardening his like vitals. It's just that he's shifting them. There's a brief
All
pause
I
where.
know is that Goku makes me hard in my vinyls. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm stoned. Go ahead, bro. I mean, I'm
No, you're
fine.
good.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
But the biggest contention, I
I'm
think,
good,
with
bro.
this chapter, the biggest contention in this chapter is the fact that people think Vegeta's character regressed. they think that some of the dialogue, some of the things he did this chapter are evidence that he's going back to a version of Vegeta that, he should have already realized is not the path forward for him.
Right, but he did it purposely to tap into that power,
hmm
and I just like I said, people were giving me shit saying that I didn't get it. Maybe I didn't illustrate that I got it. I got it, but I just didn't like it. I mean, it's not that I didn't understand. I just thought it was, I thought it was a dumb direction for them to go at this point because even old Vegeta was not like Beerus. Beerus destroys because he has to. Vegeta destroyed because he was a sadistic killer. They're two different things. So I feel like that was just, maybe I should have said that in my review. Honestly, what I just said now, I should have said in my fucking review because then people would have understood it better. You know what I mean? What I was trying to say. Like, it just doesn't really correlate to me. So I might have to do a separate video on it.
Yeah, yeah, and it like people like on a surface level, it's like yeah, he's literally regressing to a previous iteration of his character archetype. However, and some of the dialogue that's presented, like when, for example, when he kicks Goku out of the way, he's like, "Look, I would rather die than work with you." It's not that he doesn't understand the severity and the stakes at here. He could potentially die. Granolah could end up killing him, and who knows if he goes to Earth to take out the rest of the hybrid Saiyans. Point is that this is a fight. This whole arc is about not only Granolah because he's the baby face of the arc. It's also an arc about Vegeta because Vegeta is still plagued by guilt. The guilt of what the Saiyans did, the Saiyans that he grew up with, that he was conditioned into their culture, right? Like Vegeta wanted to be the prince of all Saiyans. He wanted to be the king of the Saiyans once, his father had passed. But those kinds of Saiyans are the Saiyans that fell from grace. If I recall, Nagamine, one of the Dragon Ball Super Broly producers, he released an interview, and this is after he had like talked with Toriyama about like where they were going with the Broly movie. Remember, the Saiyans fell from grace. Like Yamoshi is a representation of what the Saiyans should be.
Right.
Pure-hearted Saiyans. Like Broly's a pure-hearted Saiyan. That's why Goku's interest in his Saiyan past was sparked. Right? Obviously, Goku has a good relationship with Vegeta because of his pride and the fact that they use each other to get stronger. But Broly was one of the first Saiyans that he's like, oh wow, this is call me Kakarot. Like that's something that was a first for Goku, acknowledging his Saiyan name, his birthright.
Yeah.
So and with the revelation of Bardock being some kind of pivotal role in saving Granolah and Manito, or we don't even know if like the details of whether Bardock saved Granolah's mother because she's not alive right now in the present timeline. So something happened to her later on in that flashback. I think this is an interesting direction that they're going to go with Goku because if Goku finds out that there's another Saiyan that's kind of like him, who's like compassionate or willing to do the right thing, even with being a Saiyan, like that same kind of Saiyan that Vegeta's from, I think we might see something I predicted in my video. Remember Whis? Remember the staff that he has, where he can like see events in the Dragon Ball world, like action replay basically.
Yeah.
What if Goku asks, like either late in the arc or near the ending of this arc, Goku asks Whis, "Hey, can you show me like my
Now we're
thought, my
gonna
thought?"
get no the fan service. People have been wanking off that idea for like 15, 20 years, I feel. When's we
Yeah,
gonna
I
meet
just
his
don't.
dad?
I don't think he's gonna revive Bardock. I don't. That is like you can't even revive him because it's been too
No, well,
long.
you could with the Dragon Balls have the power to do that. And plus, remember, there's all different kinds of Dragon Balls now. Um, let me ask y'all a question then before you keep going there, JD. I want to ask the chat room: do you want to see Bardock revived? Because honestly, I don't. I think it's super cheap for the story. I think, yeah, people want to see that reunion, but it just comes off really cheap and like they're literally pulling shit out of their ass for fan service. But if there's a good story that I'm down, I'm down for it. They're saying I'm being too harsh in the chapter. No, bro, I just didn't
No,
like it. Like
they might be
there's other
referring to.
opinions, dude. I
They might
did
be
not
referring
like it.
to the scene. They might be referring to the scene where, like you were
Most are
saying,
saying
how
no.
when Granolah was pinpointed, when Granolah was firing key blasts at
I agree with
Vegeta's
y'all.
face.
Hmm. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
That
Yeah, the
that
point
scene.
blank range. I like that
Yeah, yeah.
scene.
Well, I think you were bothered by it because at this point, with how strong these characters are, that should have like
I
proved
wasn't
fatal
bothered
for
by it. I just
Vegeta.
thought it was. I wasn't bothered by it. I thought it was stupid that he didn't just kill him right then and there. But that was just me.
Uh,
Yeah.
um,
Did I come off like I was bothered by it in the review?
Well, because I mean, I can understand because Granola, this is not like, because I referenced the Kid Buu fight because that there was a similar scene where Kid Buu is like destroying Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and then
Right.
he blasts him point blank range, and this is a battered, beaten down
No, that's true.
Vegeta.
That's true. I
Um,
mean, I was just kind of not being serious either. I thought it was like it's whatever. Like it's Dragon Ball. Like stuff like that happens all the time. You know,
yeah,
it's whatever.
but the
So
biggest thing
most of the
I
chat agreed that they don't want Bardock to come back. Go ahead. The biggest thing, what?
oh, the biggest thing that I kind of like wanted to like get across was that Vegeta's character, like he's still progressing with this whole ultra ego thing,
Right.
and I think this
Yes.
chapter was proof that he hasn't like mastered the destroyer mindset that Beerus has
Nope.
been trying to
This is
push
his
him along.
first time ever using that form in a fight.
hmm And I think he was trying to use his old like DBZ saga self, the Vegeta that was detached from everyone, didn't have a family, didn't care about anyone other than his pride and to prove that he's the best. He was using that as a starting point so then he could then recreate himself like Beerus said, before creation comes destruction. The problem is that in my opinion, in my view, that Vegeta that he was trying to be was never really who Vegeta ever was. Because that's a Vegeta, that's a canvas that was painted on by other people, like Frieza, the Saiyan class that he was born from.
Well, he
That's
enjoyed it too. He enjoyed it too. But the point is that he changed. That's the thing
he
people have to remember.
changed,
He changed.
and he changed so much that he couldn't even try to go back to that old self. Hence the dialogue where he's like, Lord Beerus, I failed. I really couldn't go back to that callous self that I once was. I'm really a novice at
I
the
didn't
God
I didn't
Destruction
I
Power.
didn't like that either, bro. Like I understood it, but I didn't like it. It's not that I didn't understand, it's that I just didn't like it. I didn't like that direction. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, man.
But I think
It's just
one of
not
the
my taste. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel that because it all boils down to the execution. And
Right.
I did have problems this chapter with the execution. For example, when Vegeta is battling Granolah again and Vegeta kicks Granolah into that Shigarian city. Remember, I think it was in chapter 74, the city was being evacuated because of the rumbling from the fight. And the thing is Vegeta's trying to teach Granolah a lesson. This whole fight has been Vegeta trying to teach Granolah, like, hey, if you continue to go down this path of revenge, you're going to end up just like the Saiyans that you hate. You're gonna be possessed
Yeah.
by guilt that you'll never be able to get rid of because you're
Right.
killing people and you're destroying things in the process. So they get kicked into their battle switches to the Shigarian city. We as the audience know that it's being evacuated, but they don't know that there still might be people there. So Vegeta, remember, he's gone back and forth with Granolah, trying to convince him that Goku and him are not bad Saiyans. They were children when the Cerulean invasion occurred, and that they don't work for Frieza anymore. So he's trying to like convince Granolah, like, hey, hear our story. But then you do actions that kind of contradict that. You make yourself look like a bad guy because you're going into a city that may be filled with civilians and
He was
innocents,
trying to be a
and
savage again. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Savage
yeah. And so
Vegeta.
it's like, how is Granola like? You're making it harder for Granola to reason with your case, and this is why Oatmeal's like, even with Oatmeal's reasoning, Granola's like, nah, man, nah, fam, I want to get my revenge, and like, so that's one of the problems I have. I know what Toyotar is trying to do. He's trying to make Granola, fall into what Vegeta's saying, which is that, hey, by being this guy possessed by revenge, you're going to end up just like the things you hate.
Look
But
at
I
what
just
this
feel like
guy
that
look,
execution.
look what this guy said in the chat. Please bring back Gine. Goku deserves to see the mother and meet the person who brought him into this world. Bro, you're projecting some real mommy issues right now onto me, bro. That's a big projection, dude. Goku does not care about his parents right now, dude. Like people really have to understand. Goku does not give a shit about his own freaking parents. He's too busy worrying about who to fight and how to get stronger. Like that's just how it is.
Hmm.
Keep going, bro. Keep going. Oh, one more thing. I
Yeah.
got a super chat here from Joe Z. Should they use the Dragon Balls to revive Bardock? No. Also, Sis Daemon 1. If Granola wished to be the strongest in the universe, shouldn't he supersede Beerus or even Whis? How else can he beat Goku with UI or even Vegeta? Well, remember, when he made the wish, the dragon said, "You're stronger than everybody but gods." And I would assume that includes Whis and Beerus. The whole thing about Beerus being strong and all that, I'm not even going to get into that right now because I have so much evidence that proves that Beerus was surpassed by Goku multiple times already that I'm blue in the face. But people seem to always want to fight me on this and say that I'm wrong or the series never said it because they're Beerus fanboys, and I love Beerus, but I think he should have been surpassed a long time ago. But let's say he's not. I'm not going to debate that right here. But I always thought that Goku had surpassed Beerus at the end of the Tournament of Power. That's what I had always thought. If he didn't, then leave a like, by the way, if you're here. Leave a like. Don't forget to leave a like on the stream. If he didn't, then it's whatever. Beerus is like the ever-moving goalpost of power. Look, he's going to get stronger as the series wants him to get stronger. So anyways, go ahead. What you were saying. You were saying something.
Oh, as far as one thing, and I hope you make a video on this. Like Ultra Ego, like we're still learning about it. Like for all we know, it could be an omen form. It could be a
Right.
preview into what the true form is supposed to be. Because remember, Topo looks
Absolutely.
wild. Like Topo looks wildly different in the anime portrayal of him using God
Well,
destruction
remember,
power.
he's not a Saiyan. They all have different kind of transformations. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
their biology causes different transformations. Yeah, but
Right. Yeah.
it definitely seems like because Vegeta's making the same mistake in my opinion, and I addressed this in my review. He's making the same mistake that Goku did when he first tapped into Ultra Ego or Ultra Instinct, because Goku was using a near-death trigger both in the anime and the manga to tap into Ultra Instinct. He thought that that was the only condition that would allow him to let go of things, because as you've pointed out beautifully in the Secrets of Ultra Instinct explain, it's based off Mushin. It's based off this empty mind, sunyata, like this conception that in order to go down this path of enlightenment, you have to let go of things, attachments, right? And so for Goku and most people that are of martial artists, it's hard to like clear your head in the midst of battle. So Goku used a near-death trigger as the means to do that. But then later on in the moral arc, what do we find out? We found out that the true trigger for Ultra Instinct is, as beautifully put by Miras, resisting a jarring shock to your emotions, not acting on something that, is so extreme, like such as like, when
We got
someone
900
dies.
people, man. 900 people in here right now. Leave a like on the stream. If you're stopping by, leave a like. Welcome. We're talking about Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 76 and other stuff. Go ahead, man. I had to get that plug in.
Oh no, that's great. The stream's kicking off. But yeah, like so Miras explains
910.
the new trigger for Ultra Instinct, and then so that's what leads to Goku then finally activating it the correct way, which is resisting a jarring shock to your emotion.
Well, he was
Jordan
resisting
Lee,
that Genki Dama as well. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I didn't like the anime portrayal of that, because it makes it seem like it makes it seem like from Whis' dialogue in the anime that it was a power that was always hidden deep within Goku, and that he needed a push to trigger it. I didn't like that idea.
Well,
I like
I think I'm guessing he meant maybe the power was hidden within recently because he couldn't have had this dude as a kid. You know what I mean? I don't think that's what
yeah. I think it's just the way they dubbed it in the anime.
Well,
But I
that's why you
prefer
don't watch the dub though.
yeah
Watch the
yeah
sub.
I prefer the manga portrayal where they use Masaroshi as a catalyst for
No, you prefer the dub. I'm kidding.
yeah.
No, the dub's
the
not
The Japanese.
The dub
Yeah.
of Super's not better than the sub, bro. They made a lot of changes. I'm only kidding, by the way. Okay,
Yeah.
Banks Mealy Productions says I think Goku will be more curious about the Saiyans' heritage from Universe 6 after this manga, and that might give us Planet Sadal arc, hopefully. Boy, we've been waiting for that one, haven't we? And I hope you're right. All right, hold on. Super Alvin Jackson says, okay, chapter really looking forward to the next chapter about Bardock and the planet Serial 40 years ago. I agree. And I want to ask y'all in the chat, all right? Tell me in the chat right now. Let me know what you think about what are the heaters going to actually make the wish next chapter? Just type yes or no. Type yes or no in the chat if the heaters are going to make the wish, because we've hit a turning point in the story now. The fight with Granolah is over. Now Granola's going to start to calm down and see that Goku and Vegeta aren't that bad, and then we're going to go to a different phase of the story. And I think the next phase of the story will be the heaters' wish happening. I think the heaters are going to make that wish very, very soon. What do you think? And I'm going to bring somebody else in a minute, but what do you think? Go ahead.
I'm worried that this flashback that we're about to go into for chapter 77, it may not just be like part of the chapter. It could be, I think, to give Bardock and whatever they're about to do justice, I think it might be the full chapter. I'm
You know
afraid
what?
that
I'm
this
fine with it.
flashback
I'm fine with it. It won't be, but
is
I'm
fine
fine with it. If they do that, I'll be okay with it. Yeah, if it's good, yeah, for sure. I
Well,
can see y'all's
I think that
opinion right now.
I think the heaters, like, we got to see what they're going to do. Like, notice how this chapter we got no panels of the heaters, right? We got the
Right,
last panel we got was
nothing.
from 75,
Nothing. You're right.
and then the panels before that, the last panels we got before chapter 75 was in chapter, I think 72 when Alec and Gas are about to arrive on the planet, and they mention the Gas flashback because Gas had some kind of skirmish that happens to line up with the Cerulean invasion. So Gas played a role in whatever happened with the Ceruleans. Perhaps Granola's mom. Uh, so like, there's a lot of questions they
I
need to
think I
explain.
think I think that the Heater gang might have been the people responsible for what happened to Granola's people. He might have his because you know how when you think like the movie Memento, like your memories might not be 100% accurate. He may have remembered the Saiyans attacking, but maybe Bardock saved them, and it was actually the Heaters that killed his mom. What about that twist, huh? What about that motherfucker?
It's definitely possible because I mean we don't know what happened after Bardock did whatever he did. The issue is with this whole Bardock being used as a way to conclude this fight is that we see Saiyans in the background. We see other great apes in the background destroying the city, fighting the Ceruleans. So Granolah still has a lot of justification and hating the Saiyans, regardless of what Monito is going to say. And I think Jordan said that it's possible that Granolah is
First
going to
of
hear what
all,
Monito
his
has.
name is not Jordan anymore. It's Hard On Lee. It's his new name now. So go ahead, bro. Keep talking. I
Yeah,
just wanted to
but
make sure you knew that.
Jordan theorizes that it may be possible that Monito is going to tell Granolah, like, yeah, Bardock did this and that, and then Granola's going to be like, nah, fam, I still want my revenge. He's going to go in for the attack, but Vegeta, because hearing a revelation about Bardock, a stand from his time, his era, doing something good, is going to help relieve the guilt that Vegeta is still suffering from, the guilt that he's trying to remove due to Beerus' teaching to then perfect or maintain the Ultra Ego state. So we may get another moment. Like all the Vegeta fans that want to see Vegeta get a dub, they want to see him do something. We still might get that later on this arc, either after the flashback or against the Heaters. I think Vegeta is going to get a big moment, and I think a lot of fans are going to be satisfied.
We'll see. Hold on. Your one step forward, three steps back comparison on the writing was perfect. I thought the last 2.5 chapters slapped. This was meh and cheap nostalgia. I agree with that. I think the last 2 chapters were great. I think this one was not. Even if you put the Vegeta stuff aside for a minute, I just didn't like the fighting itself wasn't that good. Like it. Remember how brutal the fight was the last 2 chapters? They're just pounding on each other. Vegeta's like laughing at him and smiling. Like that was great. The majority of the fight in this chapter was them using some key attacks and some like force pushes. Like it wasn't as violent and it wasn't as like rage filled as like the previous chapter. So to me, that's what I'm saying, man. I just didn't like it. And that's my opinion. I'm sorry, but I have different opinions. Let me bring in Jay Brown real quick. Grand Marshal, you're live with me.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Let me guess. You loved the chapter.
The chapter was pretty alright, yeah.
Oh, it was all right. Okay, that means you don't love it. All right. First of all, if you're here, leave a like. All right, leave a like. But go ahead. Tell us your thoughts on chapter 76.
Alright. I think Vegeta's way too fucking depressed this chapter. I'm sorry. He is. Like, this man fucking let me just explain. I don't like the fact that he like keeps pushing Goku aside like every time he helps him, right? Kind of like stupid fucking move on his part. I'm glad Goku calls him out on it multiple times. Some cool parts of the chapter. I do love how Goku used like saw an opening like the second stuff within Granola's
Yeah, you mean
attack.
how he was able to block, how he was able to protect himself, like from Granola's.
Like
yeah,
shifts, like
that
the
was.
vitals.
I like that stuff. I like that stuff. Yeah.
And I like how Goku's calling out like Vegeta and Granolah and they're like on like the whole killing themselves thing. That was kind of cool. Granolah, the flashback with like the mom and child scene. I thought that was cool. And
That
Granolah,
was good. Yeah, go ahead.
like Granolah saying "not here" to Vegeta. I'm sorry. I don't like the fact that Vegeta misinterpreted Beerus's wording of "rebuild yourself" to let me try to revert back to being a dick because why not?
That's what I didn't like, man. I just didn't like it. Like I understood what they were doing, but I didn't like it. It was a regression for me, and it wasn't. They're saying it was purposely regressed, but it doesn't matter. I still didn't like it. Go ahead.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. It just feels like I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to like give. I guess they're trying to give Vegeta his own like.
They're trying to give him his own character arc, but he's already had a character arc.
Yeah, but like I guess the idea is that because Goku and like and like his family has always been like his motive for fighting. He himself has never had like a self motive to grow. You know, Goku always had the battle thrill and everything. I guess they're trying to give Vegeta his own way of doing it, and I guess what they were trying to do is that they were trying to also give like Vegeta some like Beerus like
qualities,
some Beerus,
yeah,
like connections, because you know how like Vegeta said, oh, this attack could destroy the planet, right, in the last chapter. It was very akin to Beerus and his like planet destruction attack with Goku in Battle of Gods.
By the way,
like,
I just want to say in the chat, it's a good discussion there. No, I'm not interrupting you. I'm just saying that people are saying they love the chapter, and like I said, I'm glad you loved it. I personally did not, but a lot of people did like it, and that's okay. Like, it's fine. Yeah. This is a polarizing chapter, anyways. I remember the last chapter, I loved it, and some said they hated it. So that's just how it is. I like turtles. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead with your thoughts, bro. I had to just say that.
I also want to say that to the people that said Vegeta tied, he got fucked. I'm sorry. He did. He literally depowers in Ultra Ego twice. The second time he accepts his fate, that he literally lost. The only reason he didn't die there was because...
Are you saying Vegeta fans are reaching, bro? Is that what you're telling me?
They're reaching hard. The whole point of this fight is to show Vegeta he's still got a lot of room to grow, and that what he's doing now isn't exactly what he needs to do. Exactly like how Goku in Ultra Instinct Omen, right? How he still had a ways to go. Like how in Omen against Moro, he was like pushing himself like too hard. It was like using like rage, still doing shit, right? And in the TOP, he himself was kind of doubting himself a bit.
Right.
It's akin to Vegeta, and Vegeta was getting like mentally and like physically fucked as a result of it, right? But to say that it ended off in a tie kind of sucks, because Goku had to save him like twice now, and Vegeta himself got screwed. He was going to die there. Had that Namekian guy, I forgot his name, like
Minato.
Minato, yeah. Sounds like Minato. But like, I don't know. I don't like the fact that people are saying it ended off in a tie. Just because your character didn't die doesn't mean he won.
Exactly. Or exactly. This was not a tie. Granolah was about to kill him. Like, that's reaching. That's a reach. Oh, it was a tie. No, it was not a tie. Granolah was about to murder that man. Vegeta lost the fight, yo. Like,
what I do.
I'm sorry, but what?
Yeah, it's okay. But like, what I found pretty interesting though is the fact that Super Saiyan Blue Goku did actually pretty fucking well against Granolah in that fight.
For a brief time, because he figured out how to freaking control his body to take the shots.
Not just that, he got it hidden.
Yeah.
He actually punched Granolah.
Yeah, now I do want to say this. I was seeing some really good comments of people disagreeing with me, but I saw some fucking stupid ass motherfuckers too, yo. And I don't think there's anybody in this chat right now, but man, some of y'all in that comment section, I don't think it's you guys, but some of the people in there, bro, were just complete jackasses. You're biased against Toyotaro because it's not Toriyama. Motherfucker, Toriyama's writing this arc. Like, get the fuck out of here. Stop being an idiot. Oh, you're a hater. Why are you looking for things to hate? Motherfucker, I've been praising the last 2 chapters. Like, these fucking people, they either have, like, short memories or short dicks, bro. Which is it? Because it's like, dude, I fucking have been praising the last 2 chapters. No, I don't like this arc, the beginning of it. I hate the beginning of it. I like the fight with Goku and Vegeta against Granolah. I like those 4 chapters. That was fun. Yeah. And now, this last chapter, it's like, dude, just be an adult and disagree. Geekdom. Yeah. I like the chapter. Cool. Like, that's good for you. In fact, right now I'm going to take a super chat from Yash. He says, chapter was fun, but I'm a bit worried about bringing Bardock back again. I really like Minus, but I'm worried it'll be a cheap emotion grabber that's something meaningful. I'm hoping I'm wrong, though. Well, they're not bringing him back to life, bro. They're just going to do a flashback. I really doubt they're going to bring him back to life. I think that's speculation on the fans' part. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that, yo. I think maybe Goku will find out more about him, and maybe he wants to learn more about the Saiyans, but I just don't see that being a something that's going to happen. Also, real quick note I want to give to y'all. I will be doing if you were at Kamehacon 4 and you bought a meet and greet, I entered you into my special raffle, and the winner's going to get a prize. I'm gonna reveal the winner on this stream. Later on this stream, we will reveal the winner from KamehamehaCon. If you went to KamehamehaCon, I told you to check out the streams because your name is gonna be announced live on this stream. The winner will be announced today. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. It's coming up later on today on the stream. Go ahead, bro. Keep going with your thoughts. I have to bring somebody else in a minute.
Don't worry. Just is more of my final thoughts. Regarding Bardock. It's probably to like not only introduce Goku to Bardock, right? But I think it also is supposed to like, I don't know. I think it brings the idea that like not all Saiyans are just naturally dicks.
Yes.
All that shit.
Yes.
And yeah, also I get some people don't like minus Bardock and how that like changed Goku's story. I personally don't give a shit because in my opinion, Goku, none of what happened with Goku's backstory mattered because he bumped his head anyway, so he forgot all of it.
Right.
So it matters.
Absolutely. Not to mention that, yes, I like regular Bardock from Z more than minus Bardock, but guess what? Minus Bardock is Toriyama's, and every story from now on is going to have that Bardock. If they do more flashbacks to Bardock in the future, it's going to be minus Bardock. I mean, people have to get used to that. You know what I mean?
Not to mention the fact that like the Frieza flashback not only was that like in the
There's
manga.
There's a guy in my chat who said Man Up Geekdom last chapter was actually pretty good. Can you imagine telling somebody to man up because they didn't like the same comic book that you like, bro? Can you imagine telling somebody to man up? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I don't think Davidson gets the point here.
I don't think he even knows what man up means, bro. But anyways, go ahead.
Like we're not saying it's good or like we're saying.
I'm saying it's not good. Does that make me less of a man? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Over a comic book. Anyways, go ahead.
But like what was the Frieza thing again? Like the panel with Bardock, was that like an ad for the special, or was that just
what Frieza thing we talking about?
When in the manga, Frieza
in the original manga,
yeah,
that was after the special. That was just Toriyama referencing what had happened because even though the special was anime only, he put it into the manga. He canonized it for the manga.
I mean, they could just have it as to where like Frieza didn't fully remember what Bardock looked like, but he does know that a Saiyan that looked like Goku rebelled against him.
They could do that, even though that is a bit of a contradiction still. They could do that, you know what I mean? It's a Weasley way out of it, bro, but what can you do?
But it exists. I don't know. Dragon Ball's always been kind of weird with that. Anyway, my last thought, I want to see Broly in this chapter. If we're going all, like, not really? This chapter, but we're going all Saiyans, right? We're mentioning Frieza.
And Granolah.
I think it's possible that the Heaters might actually go to Frieza. I think Frieza might need a Saiyan champion to help him out. I want to see Goku, Ultra Instinct, Vegeta, Ultra Ego, and Broly full power. Maybe he's more controlled in it or something like that. Maybe for all we know, Goku probably trained him a bit off screen. We don't know.
But like, so why would he team up with Frieza?
That's just it. I don't think he'll go to Frieza. I don't know. Good. Frieza might try, but I think they're going to go against him.
Yeah, I don't think Broly's going to work with Frieza. I just don't.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think so. But I think Frieza's going to try and get to him. That's the thing.
Right.
And he might try and force it. Who knows? But I do think the Heaters are going to try and go to Frieza. I do want to see Broly though. This is basic. He's like the most primal of the Saiyans. He's a mutant, yes, but I do like that they incorporated some aspects of GT into him. And so it's not like Super Saiyan 4 at all.
Yeah, but it's really people keep saying that, bro. I think you said that before on the stream. It's not Super Saiyan 4, bro. Like, that's what fans think because he has the power of an Uzaru inside of him. That's not Super Saiyan 4 or Golden Grade 8. It's something totally different. Yeah, but it's nothing with GT. People keep talking about, oh, it's GT. There's nothing with GT, bro. It's just fans saying shit. None of that's GT.
But, like, regardless, I do think I do want to see, like, the more primal, like, Uzaru power within Broly. I don't want to see, like, because Goku and Vegeta don't use Uzaru anymore. They don't use that power. I want to see that Uzaru power, like the primal Saiyan power with like Broly. And I want to see how Granolah like handles a Saiyan who's pure, but also has that Uzaru power. You know?
I did a whole video about that, bro. Broly versus Granolah. Yep.
Yeah, I still have to see that. I'm interested. I'll look at that soon. But like, I really do want to see that a Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, like the two gods, like. the Saiyan with the angels, the Saiyan with the path of the God's destruction, and the Saiyan with the path like the primal Saiyans.
The Saiyan
like,
with the path of the Saiyan, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah,
that would be cool as fuck to see. And then you see Granolah, like, his reaction, and they're just, oh shit, these guys are kind of cool. Like, that'd be cool.
Yep. All
But
right,
yeah,
man. Go ahead.
That's basically it, man. I am interested to see where Vegeta's going. I think Goku was written much better here than in a lot of Super. I think they, I'm pretty sure he did something similar in GT2, like versus like what he did with Granola and whatnot, which I think is cool. But like, I think personally, the chapter's fine, but I do have issues with it. Like you said, I don't like how Vegeta's really written, but I guess it's like I do see what they're trying to go with here.
Right. I see what they're trying to go with, but it's like the movie that just came out, Malignant. A lot of folks liked that movie, some hated it, and I thought it was okay. But I like what the director was doing with it. It's just it wasn't it could have been done better, is what I'm saying. So that's just how I feel about the chapter. You know what I mean? Like not that I don't despise it. I just didn't think it was that good. I thought it was mid.
No, I get you, but I agree. It's a bit of a weird bag for me. But yeah, that's my thoughts, and I'm very interested to see where this art goes. And even though I think it's a little too early to tell, I think this has the potential to be one of my favorite arcs, honestly, with what they're going to do with the plans and whatnot. It has that potential.
I'm very skeptical it'll be one of mine. Moral was good. This one's not capturing my attention as much as I would hope that it does.
I do hope they expand more on like Saiyan stuff though, and I do hope they like actually give us Broly. If not, I feel like it'd be kind of wasted.
Right. I hope they add the deleted scenes that we know from the original Toriyama manuscript for Dragon Ball Super Broly. It was over 3 hours, if I recall.
Yeah,
no,
we don't even know what's in there. We have no idea what's in there.
But it's possible some of that stuff could have been Bardock related stuff, and maybe they're reusing that now. This arc,
definitely.
Yes,
but we do know.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
But we do know the script is actually very short, and the director Nagamine just like expanded it, but that expansion went a little too far. The script itself wasn't like long.
Well, he said Toriyama gave them material that could fill up a 3-hour movie. That's what he said. Whatever that means, I don't know. I've never seen the script before because we haven't seen it. I would love to see it. I would love to see what's in it. You know, me personally. All right, Graham Marshall. I want to put you back in the other room.
All right, nice having you, man.
Yes,
thanks.
Of course, man. Nice having you. Always come back every time. All righty. All right. So what I was gonna say was, I was gonna make a point about what he said, but I forgot. Damn it. Okay. Let me go ahead and bring in somebody else. Let me bring in Havoc. Havoc, you're live. What's up, man? Havoc, you are live on the Geekdom 101 stream. Going once. Going twice. You fail. Okay, let's go with
Jordan.
The bro. So you and Jordan come on here and jack each other off, bro. Do I really want that? Does my audience want to see two men kissing on my stream, bro? I'm sure some of them would. Or I'm kidding, bro. I'm just fucking with you. Let me bring in Isaiah. He's been waiting for a while. Isaiah, you're live. Isaiah, going once, going twice. You fail. That's two people, man. You got to be ready. When I bring you on the stream, you've got to be ready. Gotta be ready, all right? Make sure you have your sound equipment checked, your audio equipment. Make sure it's checked, all right, baby cakes? All right, I might have to bring in Jordan in a minute, bro. Let's try Fitzmonk first, all right? Fitzmonk.
What's going on?
Hey, you were ready, all right. Let me turn you up a little bit. So what did you think about Manga chapter, whatever this is, 76? Yeah, this one.
All right. First off, just apologies. I'm driving, so you might hear a little rain. But I got three things to say. Three main points. First off, and we've talked about this on stream before. I'm on that fan service. Bring Bardock back. You know, because personally, I've been a Bardock fan since I was little, and I don't care about the whole Dragon Ball minus Bardock Special Z nonsense. Really, I just want to enjoy the story for what it is. I'm not gonna, go into all those comparisons and judge it based off that. But I've always thought it would be cool if they did it right to have a story of Goku reuniting with at least his father, maybe even Gine if possible. So I heard what JD said earlier about the Whis staff. If this somehow led to Goku possibly doing some kind of story where Goku could possibly reunite with Bardock, because we know Dragon Ball's wacky like that, I'm all for it personally. Second
all
off,
right. Well, I do want to say real quick, we have some super chats we're going to get to here in a minute once Fitzmon finishes his point. Go ahead.
Perfect. Second off, all right, for all the Vegeta fans out there, the dude lost. Stop with your little theories. Oh, it's a tie. The dude gave up. What else do you want? Even we can talk about Vegeta not teleporting or anything like that. He legit said, if this is the fate of the Saiyans, so be it. He was gonna let Granolah kill him. Shut your asses up. Stop with that nonsense.
He did lose. Like, he lost.
He lost. I complain all the time how UI Goku got nerfed against Granolah and how they should have had Goku go back to base before Granolah defeating him. But hey, if UI Goku was nerfed, Vegeta sure as hell lost. So I don't want to hear any of that. Oh, it was a tie. He lost. And I feel like the way they might redeem that is later in the arc. You know, whenever they face off against the Heaters, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Vegeta that gets the finishing blow this time. I feel like that.
I wouldn't be either. Go ahead.
I feel like that might be the route they take. Vegeta may be using Hakai against Elec or Gash or whatever. I feel like that might be the route they take for Vegeta taking these L's now.
This is not a Vegeta hate stream. It's just the fact he lost the fight. That's an objective. That's an objective fact. That's not. Y'all, people on the internet gotta stop with this whole hater shit. Like, okay, it's like if I go out to a restaurant and I say, hey, let's go to McDonald's. I want a Big Mac. No, I want a double quarter pounder with cheese, no lettuce. You hate lettuce. You're a lettuce hater. You go out to lettuce fields and you stomp on lettuce. What's wrong with you, motherfucker? Why are you hating on lettuce? Like, that's how they act sometimes on the internet, bro. Like, fucking, if someone doesn't like something, doesn't mean they're a fucking hater. You just don't like it. You know?
It's that simple.
Like, please, let's be adults. Fucking Christ. All right. Also, we got 1,000 people in here. Leave a fucking like for me, please, baby cakes. Leave a like for me. Hold on a minute. B Weezy Bird, aka Bindle, says, how was Granolah gonna die this chapter? By losing Ki like Tien did in the Saiyan arc? Seems pretty stupid when Vegeta was dead tired. Yeah, I don't know how he was gonna die except for maybe him blowing up the planet and maybe he was gonna die with it, right? But that didn't make any sense because if he's the strongest in the universe, he should know how to breathe in space, right? I mean, you're telling me you could be the strongest in the universe and not know how to breathe in space? You know what? That's another dumb thing about this chapter. Granolah was not supposed to survive that fight. I mean, I'm sorry. He was supposed to survive. He was not supposed to die. That's another stupid thing about the damn... You know what I'm saying? I don't care. It's all good. Super Alvin says, what I did hate was Goku could not instant teleport to save Vegeta. Was it because he was low on energy? Does that make sense? No, man. Should have been able to do that. They both should have. Plus, they had a fucking Senzu. They had another Senzu. Why didn't they use that? It was just lazy, bro. This shit's got lazy-ass writing, bro. I know y'all liked it. If you liked it, okay. You can like it all you want to. There's a lot of trash that I like, too. But it's got lazy writing, man. I'm not a fucking hater, bro. I fucking praise the manga and I get called a fanboy. I criticize one fucking bad chapter and I'm a fucking hater. Grow the fuck up, goddamn. It just makes me laugh, bro. Go ahead, what were you gonna say? I'm not even mad. I'm just laughing at how funny this is.
Well, I feel like Vegeta fans just lose brain cells whenever something bad happens to this guy. But anyway, I digress. The third thing, and people might disagree with me on this. I believe the short Super Saiyan Blue Goku versus Granolah rematch in this chapter, I feel like it was better than Vegeta versus Granolah a couple chapters ago when he was using Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Like, why don't we get this Goku more often where he's smart and he's using his martial arts knowledge? Like, that was some really cool shit. Seeing him strengthen his neck, strengthen his abdomen to guard against Granolah's attacks. Like that's
good shit. I agree. That's good stuff. That and the flashback were two good things about this chapter.
Yep. Completely agree. And the thing about it is, what you also have to remember is this is a weaker Goku. Because remember, he's not at full strength. He wasn't able to fully heal himself because then he would have used UI most likely. And fact is, this is a stronger Granolah than what he faced before. He faced a clone before, and this is a stronger Granolah with the Red Eyes Awakened, whatever you want to call it, Super Granolah, Super Cerulean, whatever you want to call it, nonsense. So the fact that he was able to survive and be able to fight with that kind of strategy against Granolah, that's actually really impressive, and we should see that more. I feel like if Dragon Ball Super was able to adapt that with their fights a little bit more instead of some of the punch and kick nonsense we get some of the time, it would be even more enjoyable. Because I feel like at this point, especially in Dragon Ball Super, it's not just about punches and kicks. It's about you're facing these high-level opponents, these high-level guys, especially when Goku and Vegeta have all this martial arts experience from all their years in the story. They should be using unique things that we've never seen before to survive and win fights. So I think we need to see way more of that as we go forward in Dragon Ball Super.
I agree, especially that thing Goku did where he can rearrange the energy in his body as a block. Like, I like that shit. Active light shows says bring Bardock back for 24 hours only and have a plot device for him to teach Goku and Vegeta an ancient Saiyan technique, but I don't want him back forever. What the fuck could he teach Goku and Vegeta? Well, hold on. What could he teach, bro? If he died against a first form Frieza back in like the 40 years ago or whatever, wasn't even first form Frieza now. What technique could he possibly teach Vegeta and Goku? I mean, it would have to be a defensive technique or something like that, because fighting wise, there is nothing he can show them, bro. These motherfuckers are gods. Bardock couldn't even fucking survive a blast from Frieza. See what I'm saying? Like, he would have to teach them something that's not an attack. It would have to be something defensive. And then 7-Star Sage said, I think Vegeta just confused his past self with his Saiyan nature and limited his ability to use EU properly. That would actually be a good explanation. Hopefully we get it next month. Mexican D-Lord says, why do you think fans want Universe 7 Saiyans to come back? Goku doesn't really care about his race, and Grandpa Gohan is his only parent. If Vegeta really cared about his race, he would have wished them back already. Amen. I've been telling people that shit for years. They don't care. So that's my thoughts. Anyways, Fitz, any final thoughts on this chapter or where we go next?
Well, I'm really excited for Manga Chapter 77. I really think that chapter by itself should almost in its entirety be just the explanation of what happened in the past. Really, let's take a break from the fighting for now. The action's been pretty good.
That's what JD said, and I'm okay with it, honestly.
Like, yeah, let's take a break from the action because we know there's going to be more. We know the Heater Clan are probably the final battle here, unless there's something else crazy that's about to happen. But I'm actually really, for the most part, when you take out some of the nonsense with the dialogue, I'm really enjoying this. I really do believe.
Shout out to the boy Cornelius T in the chat. I appreciate your comment. Sorry, go ahead, bro.
Now, I really do potentially believe if the story continues, I think this could be possibly the best story-wise, the best story we've seen in Dragon Ball Super, because I haven't really enjoyed most of the stories told so far. I like how this story actually connects Goku and Vegeta to the enemy that they're fighting, when most of the time, it's not like that. People like to say that the Mora arc was the best arc, but in my opinion, it was enjoyable for its parts, but it was them just fighting a magic goat man, in my opinion. I like how this has ties to the Saiyans and Goku and Vegeta and the past with Planet Cereal.
By the way, y'all, if you want to join the Discord server so you can get on these streams and talk to me about the chapters or movie or whatever's happening, check out go to the Geekdom 101 videos, click the join button underneath any video and watch the video there. You have to sign up for Tier 2. You have to be a Super Saiyan Soldier minimum, Tier 2, and that will allow you to become a member, and then you can then go to the community tab, and I'll have an exclusive portion of that community tab. There'll be a post there just for members Tier 2 or higher, so you can join the Get Discord server and come on the calls with me. So if you want your voice heard, if you want to come on here and tell me how much of a dumbass I am, or tell me how much you love me, or try to fuck my last 3 exes, okay, don't do that one. Okay, maybe my last one, because she'll fuck anybody. But the one before is off limits. Anyways, if you want to come... What am I talking about, bro? Anyways, Discord tier 2. All right, do not sleep with any of my exes except for the last one because she was a fucking hoe. Anyways, and I didn't even know she was a hoe until later. I'm not gonna say anything. Anyways, I can't believe I said that live, bro. I really don't give a fuck. I really don't care. All right, Fitz. Well, I'm gonna put you back in the live stream waiting room.
All right, peace. Revive
right. What the hell did he say? What was he saying?
No idea.
All right, I'm gonna bring your boyfriend Jordan in, bro. Hey, Jordan, you're on live, bro. Your boyfriend was asking for you.
Yeah.
Bro, can talk a little bit. You gotta talk louder, bro. The people are gonna be complaining. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Or raise your thing. I've been raising your volume up, but you gotta raise your volume up. You know what I'm saying?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's way better. That's way better. Hold on, let me turn you down. Actually, okay. Keep whatever you just did for just a moment. Before you say anything, let me get to this. Okay, there was one more super chat from Alistair Alexander, but I can't read it because YouTube sucks. So go ahead, man. You okay? Wait, here we go. Do you think that in DBS Broly Bardock was heading back from Cereal? That's why he wanted to save Goku because he saw Planet Cereal. Yes, I think at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super Broly when he was in the ship, that was right after what happened on Cereal. I think that this arc will tie directly into Dragon Ball Super Broly because Bardock heading back from Planet Cereal, I think that was absolutely right after whatever happened on Cereal. We're going to find out next month. Anyways, Jordan, say something, man.
I just have a few things that I wanted to go over. Basically, I just wanted to talk about how Granolah is basically the equivalent of Vegeta's Jiren.
Hold on. People are saying it's a tie in the chat. Brizzy and Jean-Claude, bro, y'all really gotta stop drinking that copium, bro. Vegeta lost the fight, homeboy. When you're about to get killed with one blast and an old ass Namekian has to save your life, you have lost, okay? Copium. All right,
it's no different. It's no different than when Jiren told Goku that he lost. It's like the exact same thing. So, all right. So Jiren was a character that was specifically designed to mirror Goku in a lot of ways, and he was also designed to be an obstacle that was specifically for Goku's growth.
Wait, what does that have to do with Granolah?
Oh, I'm gonna get to that. So Jiren, he was a wall of pure power, which kind of represented the idea that Goku was supposed to get past using pure power, which is kind of what Ultra Instinct was about. And Goku was a person who didn't have any pride or ideas that he really, but like Jiren, his whole thing was that he had too much pride in his ideas and his way of doing things, and Goku is like the opposite of that. So like he's a character that's designed to mirror Goku, and I think Granolah is the same thing to Vegeta. So, like, Granolah is a character that's specifically designed to be an obstacle for Vegeta to further tap into Ultra Ego. And Granolah himself is a representation of the idea that the Saiyans were meant to be killed. And that's part of the reason that I think Vegeta is having so much trouble in this fight is because it's not just a fight. It's him also trying to prove to Granolah and himself that it was not the destiny of the Saiyans to die. And I think that's the reason that Vegeta had to use, like, becoming battle crazed as an exploit to tap.
Wait till Granolah hears that Goku and Vegeta have kids. There's still more Saiyans, even though they're half breeds. Sorry, go ahead.
You're good. So I think that's the reason Vegeta's having so much trouble in this fight is because, and I think that's the reason that he had to use becoming battle crazed as an exploit to tap into destruction, because he still, like he said in this last chapter, he still has not fully mastered what Beerus was trying to teach him as far as like not having any guilt on his conscious. Like that's the reason that he, used an exploit to tap into destruction power, because he actually hasn't mastered Beerus's lesson. But I think that's the reason that Granolah is supposed to be a representation of that idea, because Vegeta surpassing Granolah is him mastering the lesson that Beerus tried to teach him. So that's the reason that Vegeta refused to take a sensu, and
Jordan?
Why he was attacking Goku and stuff like that, because Vegeta considers himself an example of the Saiyan race, and he basically, like, from the time that he started his battle with Granolah, he talked about how it would be the Ceruleans' destiny to be wiped out and not the Saiyans. And I think in Vegeta's mind, he just wants to test what the Saiyans are capable of against the Ceruleans. because that's how he decides in his mind what the fate of each race is. So that's the reason that he like wanted to fight him on his own, and that's the reason that he wanted to like not heal himself, or like he wanted to just completely rely on what he was capable of and test what he was capable of against what Granolah was capable of.
Monkey J. Luffy says, do you think if we get a Star Wars Vision Season 2, do you think Toriyama would take a pause on DB content to produce a story for Disney? It's probably not going to happen. So Jordan, bro, now that your boyfriend's in the, not Jordan, fucking, whatever, fucking, JD, now that your boyfriend's in the call right now, are you gonna suck him off? Like, why'd you want him in here so bad?
I think he and a few others had a really good take on this whole viral topic from this chapter, which is the supposed character regression.
Viral topic? You mean like COVID, the virus?
No.
I think Vegeta.
By the way, I think I'm in your background because I can hear like myself. If I am, just mute the background. On. Yeah, mute that because I can actually hear myself twice, like from like a few seconds ago. Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Okay, so I think Vegeta. A lot of people think that in a way he is going to regress because I do think he's going to be cold-hearted and more reminiscent of Beerus by the time he. I do.
Okay.
By the time he masters this lesson, but I think the reason he seemed like he regressed is because I don't think it's like JD said where he was trying to tap into who he used to be. I think he's just trying to tap into being a blood crazed Saiyan, which is like, it's similar to what Vegeta used to be, but it's not really him trying to tap into his past personality.
He has to let go of the guilt, let go of everything, and just focus on destruction. That's the way I interpreted it. Focusing on destruction. Whereas with Goku, it's not quite the same.
I think by the end of this fight, like a lot of people think this fight's over, but I don't think so, and I'm going to get into that in just a minute.
Yes,
but I think by the end of this fight,
it is over.
I think Vegeta is going to be guiltless by the end of this fight. Now, and the reason I don't think that the fight's over is because of the Bardock, the effect that that Bardock will have on each character. So, like, for example, I don't think it's going to have near the effect on Goku that people think. I think the only effect that it's really going to have, I think it's going to be a similar effect that it had on Goku when he learned about Broly, where he just has a little bit more pride in the idea that there were Saiyans like him and like Broly. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a thing where he like freaks out and wants to know about his dad. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just going to like basically give him a strengthened resolve, similar to how Granola's resolve was strengthened at the end of this last chapter. So I think that's what.
I was going to take a quick super chat, but you go ahead, finish your point. I'm sorry. I thought you paused.
It's all good. So the next thing, that's going to be the effect that Bardock has on Goku, in my opinion. So the effect that Bardock is going to have on Granolah is the doubt that Vegeta's been dealing with in this fight the entire time. I think it's going to switch over to Granolah. I think Granolah is going to start experiencing doubt, which is why he, met his max resolve at the end of this fight. And I think the reason they pointed out in this chapter that Vegeta's power is boundless is because even though it looks like he's down and out, if he can tap into Ultra Ego the way he's supposed to, I think he can continue fighting. And I think that's going to be the effect that Bardock has on Vegeta, because once it's revealed to Vegeta that Bardock was a good, like, decent Saiyan and not necessarily someone who warranted, what Vegeta considers the destiny of the Saiyans to be destroyed. Like, I feel like the effect that Bardock's going to have on Vegeta is cleansing him of his guilt. So, like, once he learns that there was a Saiyan,
Bardock will have that. That's interesting.
Yeah, because once he learns the existence of a Saiyan who was, willing to save Granolah, who still perished, it's just like it contradicts the idea that the Saiyans were destined to die, and I feel like that's going to be so. Basically, like in this next chapter, I don't think the fight is going to be like immediate. I think what's going to happen, I don't think Granolah is just going to jump at the wayside and help Vegeta and Goku. I don't think he's just going to start helping them immediately. I think he's going to be harder to convince.
Well, they also got a Senzu too, bro. We got a Senzu, so don't forget. Yeah,
I think the thing that's going to send Granolah over the edge to help Goku and Vegeta is the revelation that the Heaters were involved with Frieza and the Saiyans.
I think people are making trouble in the chat. Are y'all making trouble in the chat? Come on, you should know better. Go ahead. Someone's talking shit about you, bro. They're talking shit about you, bro. It can't be talking about me, so they gotta be talking about you.
It's all good. So I think I think what's going to happen is basically the thing that's really going to push Granolah over to the edge to fight with Goku and Vegeta is the revelation that the Heaters were responsible for having Frieza and Goku, or Frieza and the Saiyans, come to that planet, because it's already been acknowledged in the manga itself that they got a huge payday out of the Cerealians being taken out by the Saiyans and Frieza. So I think
I don't know who Vegeta's mom is, but I want to know who your mom is. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I'm talking to the guy in the chat. Go ahead. Not you.
But so what I think this is all leading to, and I've actually talked to you about this before, but I think what all this is leading to, I think it's going to play on the divide between the ideas that Vegeta is leaning towards and the ideas that Goku is leaning towards.
Right.
Because
I agree.
Because the thing about it is like once Vegeta is completely guiltless, it's not going to be like it used to be, where if you remember at the end of the Buu saga, like Vegeta wanted to take out Fat Buu because he didn't want him endangering his future. And Goku was like, let's keep him around. They helped us try to take out Kid Buu. You know, let's keep Fat Buu around. Like, there's no reason to take him out. And I think that once Vegeta completely taps into Ultra Ego, that won't work anymore. Goku just saying, hey, let's have mercy on this guy. This is a giant misunderstanding, yada, yada, yada. Like, once Vegeta is like completely guiltless, I just feel like that's going to be the maximum divide between Goku
right
and Vegeta's personality. And it's just not going to be as easy for him to convince him that Granolah, shouldn't die.
Jake Sully says, bugs me how Vegeta flip-flops on how he treats Goku at times. This level of disrespect he showed Goku is silly at this point. I agree, it is pretty silly. At this point, I think it is. I know why they wrote it, and it's another one of those Totoro callbacks that's just totally pointless. I want to get to the sweepstakes winner. So what we're going to do is right here on your screen, I have listed the names of everybody. I kept your last names, private. For those of you who want to know what this is about, I had a meet and greet at Kamehacon 3 this past summer, and there were 20 people. We had a total of 30 people at the meet and greet. It was sold out, but there were 20 of them that entered the sweepstakes, and I promised them that whoever won would get a special prize from me in the mail. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this randomizer list here. I'm going to hit randomizer list, and whatever comes up on the screen, whatever name's at the very top right here, right at the bottom, whatever name's at the top is going to be the winner. Now, if you get selected, if you're the winner, you have to reach out to me. You have to contact me. You have to send me an email at superfriendsmailbox@gmail.com. It's on the about page of my YouTube channel. superfriendsmailbox@gmail.com, and you have to put your receipt for getting the meet and greet. You have to write the receipt. Show me the order that you bought the meet and greet so I can make sure it's really you. If you can't show me that, I can't send you the prize. And then when I see it and I check and I make sure if it checks out, then I will mail you your prize when you give me your address. So we're going to quickly do that now. Also, as far as Kamehacon 4 goes, Kamehacon 4 is going to be in Dallas again this April, and I'm probably going to go do a meet and greet there. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to do it. I'm not hosting or running the event anymore. I'm not involved with the production of the event whatsoever, but I will do a meet and greet at the Dragon Ball Con, and I can meet all of you. So make your plans now for the last weekend of April going into May. The last weekend of April, you can come meet me, come hang out. We're going to watch Dragon Ball together. We can watch Dragon Ball together. You can come to my hotel room and watch me fuck. All that good stuff. You can't really watch me fuck anyways. You can hear me fuck though, and that's good enough. Here we go. We're going to randomize. Ready? And the winner is George B. I think I know who that is. George B, you are the winner. I think I know who you are. I think it's the guy who's already been emailing me. You have won, I think it's you. You have won the special sweepstakes, and you'll be getting a prize that I haven't figured out what it is yet, but you'll get something. Anyways, remember, you have to reach out to me. Anyways, let me get to this super chat here. I can't read it. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to bring in one more person for a close stream because I wanted to actually end it in an hour, but I'm going to bring one more guy in. Anal, you're live. What's up, man? Hey, mute me. I can hear myself on your computer. No, don't mute yourself. Yeah. Mute me. Hello? Hello? I hear myself, but I don't hear
Hi,
you.
hi, bro. What's up? I'm good.
Oh,
I'm all
there
good.
you are. What was going on? Hello? Technical difficulties.
Technical problems.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So we're going to end the stream here in just a moment, but I don't want to end it until I get your thoughts on the manga chapter. And we're going to preview the next chapter. So give me your thoughts on the manga chapter, then we're going to talk about what's happening next.
Sure. I think that this chapter is actually a really deep psychological driven chapter, which, see, the first thing which I found really interesting is that Granolah, where he started off from fighting Vegeta to the towards the end where he wants to commit suicide. Now, why does he actually want that? Why he just gives up everything, saying that, screw Frieza, I'll see him in hell, I'll fight him in hell, and okay, I just fight Vegeta and said, and be satisfied with that. See, the thing is, Granolah is mostly interested in his family, that is the Cerealians who actually died right now, and Monaito, Oatmeal, and these characters. Now, each as the story progressed, ever since from starting from the gathering the Dragon Balls, he's been betraying them one by one. First was Monaito. First was Monaito when he said that he told him that he's not going to use the Dragon Balls, but he did. So that was the first, in a sense that okay, I've not respected his words. Second, when he actually threw Oatmeal to the ground, saying that you're not no longer in service with me, like you're not useful to me anymore. That was one thing. And so his motivations for life were attachment to all of these beings, and he's slowly removing them one by one so that he can just full on focus on revenge against the Saiyans. And now in this chapter, Vegeta was like, is this your only motivation? Was this actually what your meaning in life is? I remember in Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, his only motivation was to become immortal and rule the universe, which he also took a similar path in a sense that he did not care as much as about his people, and he was slowly cutting ties with his own. He killed off Nappa because he didn't. He was like a disgrace to the Saiyans because he was just weak. He was losing to a low class warrior. So Granolah is slowly cutting his ties so that he can focus on one thing. And now Vegeta is questioning that. Now he's losing his mind. Granolah was fully losing his mind. And now at the end of the chapter, he's like, when he saw the last straw was Shugarians, looking at him saying that, you were supposed to be protected because you're supposed to be a nice guy. The Cerealians were like a peaceful race, were not into this kind of ruthless fight. And when that mom and the child saw him, and Granolah got immediately remembered his mom and himself like that. That was the last straw. Was on that to say that I'm just hurt. Like even later on in the chapter, he says like I just want to end this. I don't care anymore. I just want to end this. So it's a full-on psychological driven story, and I'm pretty up for it. And Bardock, as Jordan also pointed out, adds to the to the cherry on top, where Granolah now can understand that the Saints were not all the Saints were not evil. There's actually a Saint who actually saved him. Now things could change. He could see the Saints, Goku, Vegeta in a different light. So yeah, these were my first thoughts on the chapter when I first read it.
Yeah, okay, well that's good. Now the next chapter coming up, JD already kind of gave his prediction. He said that it's probably gonna be like, I agree with him. I don't know about the whole chapter, but I think a big part of it will be talking about Bardock. Do you think how do you see it playing out? Because my official prediction, I'm gonna have a whole video with Opai Senpai coming out this weekend about that, but my prediction is this. We're going to get the first half of the manga chapters going to be about Bardock, and the second half will be about the Heaters getting the wish. That's what I think is going to happen. I think the cliffhanger of the manga of chapter 77, the last page, will be the dragon being summoned and the Heaters either about to make the wish or they just made the wish. That's my guess. What do you think? Hello?
Yeah, I also think of the same thing. I actually was like writing down notes for each chapter, and I actually thought of the same thing where the final cliffhanger could be the Heaters, like, like about to wish for the dragon. And first half, of course, it'll be the whole Bardock, the whole flashback explanation, because that is what is due, that is what the cliffhanger is about. Second, it was, Granolah would be realizing that, this is what everything this is what the truth is. He will recognize that this was the case. He might not know about the Heaters right now itself, but he would gradually know. He would gradually know after he makes that wish. So yes, the first half would be about the whole explanation by Monaito. I think he has a lot of secrets put on the sleeve, because in this chapter he says that, I lied to him, saying that, this was the case. I think he's the one who said to Granolah that the Saiyans were the Saiyans were the species that, wiped out the Cerealians, but he left out this particular portion, very, very important information. You still have to know why he did that. Like a lot of, I think in the chapter, a lot of secrets.
Bardock is not. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Bardock is not Granola's father. People are memeing that because they're fucking around. Bardock is not Granola's father, bro. That's just that's weird shippers being weird. They're just kidding around. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, exactly. So he would.
JD is here, Jean Claude. JD is here, but right now it's. I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you, bro. I just wanted to let the guy know he's here, but right now Anal's talking. So go ahead.
Yeah. So So Granolah would, the first half. Okay, Monaito would explain a lot of secrets, and Granolah will have that first acceptance first, because it was full on denial mode in the last few chapters. It was like everyone, like even Oatmeal, was saying that, these guys are saying something different from what you heard, and Granolah was full on a denial mode. And now I guess he would slowly start into going on acceptance, because Monaito, he actually was his adopted father. Like even the article in the official website did say that the Monaito was his adoptive father. So I guess that would be a trigger to say, okay, I guess from all of these viewpoints, he would finally, like, understand, okay, these guys may be up to something. It's kind of similar to, okay, I don't want to share any spoilers, but it's kind of similar to how Gabby went through in Attack on Titan, where she was in full on denial mode, and then she was she was seeing to see, okay, what these guys are. She goes on to a particular island of their enemies, then she sees, like, okay, this realizes, okay, these guys are not just they what I've been taught is what, I'm not seeing this. And then she goes on a full acceptance mode. I think that Granolah is also in the same path where he's going to accept it. And then it's going to be, these three versus the Heaters, because Granolah will definitely realize that the Heaters were playing, they were scheming to destroy planet, annihilate the Cerealian race. So it's going to be these three versus the Heaters. So I'm all up for it.
Right. No, it's fine. They wanted to take over and shit. Yeah, no, it's all good. So
yep.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but that's my prediction. So that's what I think's gonna happen. Let me actually get. Okay, yeah, I have one more super chat, but I can't read it from James Wadsworth. Sorry, James, I cannot read your super chat. It's not letting me do it. I don't know why. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to. I know why. It's because YouTube sucks. Because it's right here at the bottom, but I can't read it. Like, it's almost like it's not really there. It's just $4.99. I cannot read your super chat. Yo, just send me an email, bro, and we'll figure it out. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream. I didn't want to go too long, but thanks everybody who joined in. Thank you guys, of course, for being here with me. And have a great day. And I'll talk to y'all very soon. We got videos coming out tomorrow. I think tomorrow and Saturday is when we got videos coming out. So it'll be a good time. Ciao.